Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Kyle Richards feeling lonely after split with Mauricio Umansky. Kyle Richards is emotional and feeling lonely as she talks to her ex-husband about their split. Her ex-husband Mauricio Umansky moved out and got his own condo while Kyle is still in a house by herself. She says it feels odd and lonely being in a space they once shared. In the upcoming episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, set to air Tuesday, February 4, Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky sit down for an emotional conversation about their separation. While the talk begins casually with Kyle asking about Mauricio's new living situation, it quickly turns more serious as she opens up about how different life feels without him. Mauricio shares that his new condo is coming together, but he's adjusting to a simpler lifestyle. He mentions living on canned soups and a basic refrigerator stocked with eggs. When Kyle asks about his living situation, the conversation shifts to her experience of living in the family home with their daughters, which now feels quiet and empty without him. As Kyle speaks about the emotional weight of living in a house that once felt full of life, her emotions start to show, and she begins to tear up. Kyle explains that while the house feels the same, it also feels different because it no longer holds the same family dynamic. She says, "I'm in the place where everybody was. It just feels different," revealing just how difficult the separation has been for her. Mauricio, showing his support, responds by giving her a hug and a gentle kiss on the back of her head, offering comfort during a tough moment. Kyle, still emotional, wipes away tears and apologizes for her vulnerability. But Mauricio reassures her, saying, "It's ok." This intimate moment is a reflection of the deeper emotional challenges both are facing during the separation. Although Kyle and Mauricio announced their split in October 2023, they haven't filed for divorce. In a December 2024 appearance on Watch What Happens Live, Kyle explained that they remain close friends and the legal steps just haven't felt necessary yet. She also admitted that neither of them is eager to address the situation fully, as it's still a difficult subject to navigate. Despite the separation, Kyle and Mauricio's relationship appears to be built on mutual respect and care for one another. Their bond is evident in how they continue to support each other through this difficult time. Fans of the show will have to tune in to see how the conversation between them unfolds and whether this separation will turn into something more permanent. The next episode airs Tuesday at 8/7 on Bravo. If you miss it, the episode will be available on Peacock the next day. Kyle Richards feeling lonely after split with Mauricio Umansky. In the world of reality TV, few couples have captured the public's eye quite like Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky. The stars of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills seem to have it all: a glamorous life, a successful career, and a family that looked perfect from the outside. However, recent reports have cast a shadow over their seemingly idyllic marriage, with the couple announcing their separation after over 25 years together. For Kyle, this break marks a significant emotional turning point, one that has not only made headlines but also led to deep feelings of loneliness and vulnerability. As one of the central figures on RHOBH, Kyle Richards has been a part of millions of homes for over a decade. Her sharp wit, ability to navigate difficult situations, and close-knit family dynamics made her an endearing figure on the show. However, behind the cameras and the scripted drama, Kyle has always maintained a strong front, until now. The separation from Mauricio has left her grappling with feelings of isolation, as she finds herself navigating a new chapter of her life without the partner who had been by her side for so long. For Kyle, the loneliness is not just a matter of being alone in the physical sense, but a more profound emotional void. The couple's split came as a shock to fans who had watched them raise their 4 daughters together. Kyle and Mauricio's relationship had often been portrayed as a rock-solid foundation, with the two supporting one another through both personal and professional trials. They were the couple that everyone assumed would never falter. Yet the cracks in their relationship began to show, and what once seemed unshakable has now crumbled, leaving Kyle facing the uncomfortable reality of starting anew. Despite her public persona, Kyle is no stranger to personal hardships. Growing up in a famous family, she often found herself under the scrutiny of the public eye, which can be an unforgiving environment. However, her marriage to Mauricio had been her anchor, her safe haven from the world of Hollywood. She is left to confront a deeper loneliness that comes with a breakup, especially one so public. Her fans and friends may offer support, but the emotional scars from a relationship that has spanned over 2 decades are not easily healed. The loneliness Kyle feels isn't just about missing a partner, but also about missing the life and identity she built with Mauricio. The couple shared their journey through a blended family, the ups and downs of business ventures, and the thrill of raising children together. In some ways, they were each other's constant, and now that presence is gone, Kyle, known for her sharp social skills, is left to wonder who she is beyond the role of wife and mother, roles she embraced so fully for so many years. The journey of rediscovery, while empowering, is also fraught with the uncertainty of who she might become in the absence of her longtime partner. Her social media has become a reflection of this inner turmoil. Although Kyle continues to share glimpses of her life, her posts have become tinged with moments of introspection and self-reflection. Fans have noticed a more vulnerable side of her, one that resonates with people who have gone through similar emotional transitions. It's as though she is slowly opening the door to a new chapter, one in which she confronts her loneliness head-on, all while maintaining the public persona she has worked so hard to craft. However, Kyle's isolation is not limited to her romantic life. The dynamic within her circle of friends has also shifted in the wake of the split. The friendships that were once built around shared experiences with Mauricio and family gatherings now feel different. Kyle's closest friends, many of whom also appear on RHOBH, have been supportive, but there's a lingering sense that things will never be the same. The social events that once revolved around the couple are now fraught with awkwardness as Kyle navigates how to exist in spaces that no longer fit her narrative. There is a sense of reinvention that must happen, and that process can be a lonely one. Kyle has also spoken about how the breakdown of her marriage has affected her sense of belonging. With her family spread out across different parts of the country, and with work obligations that keep her in the public eye, it's difficult to escape the feeling of being unmoored. Her vulnerability and openness about the struggle are what endear her to her fans, but it also makes her journey all the more painful to witness. Kyle's relationship with Mauricio was central to her identity, and as that relationship dissolves, she is left grappling with what it means to be herself without him. Yet even in the midst of loneliness, there is a glimmer of hope. Kyle has demonstrated incredible resilience over the years, from navigating the pressures of Hollywood to overcoming personal challenges. In many ways, this split is not the end of her story, but the beginning of a new one. As she faces the emotional fallout of the separation, Kyle is finding strength in herself, learning to lean on her daughters, her career, and her personal passions to fill the void left behind. While the loneliness may be overwhelming at times, it is also providing her with the opportunity to redefine herself in ways she never could before. For Kyle, this journey is not about moving on as quickly as possible, but about embracing the uncertainty and learning to stand on her own. She is slowly discovering the parts of herself that she may have lost in the shadow of her marriage, and while it's a painful process, it is also one of personal growth. The support of her family and fans is a constant reminder that she is not alone in her journey, even though it may feel that way at times. In the coming months, as Kyle continues to process the emotional weight of her split with Mauricio, she may find that the loneliness she feels now will ultimately serve as a catalyst for personal transformation. While the future remains uncertain, one thing is clear: Kyle Richards is not one to be defined by her circumstances. She will continue to evolve, and perhaps the loneliness she faces now will eventually lead to a deeper understanding of herself and her place in the world. For now, she is embracing the challenge with all its ups and downs and walking a path of self-discovery that may ultimately bring her more joy than she could ever have imagined.